Welcome to yet another event by Hi TV, and today we are at the unveilment of Southbeach Weligama by Balmond Studios, a new wave in modern beachfront living. Come with me as we find out what is in store.
For those of you who need a little bit of information about Balmond Studios, their visionary designs run across continents. They have studios in London and Colombo, and they're renowned for their innovation, creativity, and passion for modern design. But that does not mean that Southbeach Weligama is all about London. It is about international design. It is also about local artisan craftsmanship. You will hear all about it in a little while when I introduce you to John Balmond, who's the managing director of Balmond Studios. However, before that, I would like to introduce you to all those at the head table, starting from the gentleman closest to my right, who is Shiromal Fernando, the managing director of CSEC, who's been the structural engineer for a number of projects in Colombo that have changed the skyline of Colombo. Right next to him, of course, is John Balmond, the managing director of Balmond Studios. And next to him is Kaushini Laksumanage, who is the CEO of NDB Investment Bank. The bank has come together with Balmond Studios to ensure the financing of this project, but you'll hear more about it from her in a little while. And Udayanga Dialvis at the end of the head table, who is the CEO of GPMC, which is the project management company. Now, before further ado, may I ask John to come up and give us a little bit more information about Southbeach Weligama.
Hello. Thank you, Savitri. That was very kind and lovely to see you all here. Thank you for coming. I'm going to just run through a few slides just to tell you a bit more about the project and what it is and why we're doing it. Before we get there, I just wanted to give a brief introduction to who I am. I'm the son of Cecil Balmond, that's obviously my father. Sri Lankan born, educated, went to Trinity. His parents were born here, and he married an American with red hair and blue eyes, so I'm particularly fair. But he always enforced us to be proud of our heritage here. He left the island and embarked on a really incredible career internationally. One of his first projects was as a very young engineer working in the same team that was making the Sydney Opera House. So that's a great story for as a young Sri Lankan working on something that in the end became this huge icon for Australia. He's been a consultant to the London Gherkin, the Beijing's Bird Nest, collaborated with Anish Kapoor for the 2012 London Olympic Tower, and collaborated with Rem Koolhaas for the CCTV tower in Beijing. So he gave a talk for the Geoffrey Bauer Memorial Lecture many years ago, and they were seeing this Sri Lankan born who'd done all this very interesting work worldwide. And this then led to Balmond Studio being awarded Cinnamon Life. And that really then changed everything for us, having such an ambitious project for the country. This is an 850-room hotel, and it's actually based on the Guardstone. If you lift the Guardstone up like this, you get this shape. The projections here, the cantilevers, are where all the public spaces are going to be, the conference centers, the restaurants, and it's to show this projection of ambition for both Sri Lanka and John Keells. We have retail shopping here, apartments here, and offices here. There's been a lot of international investment coming in to Sri Lanka, and a lot of that is to do with its unique strategic position on the globe. This is a lovely slide from shipmaps.org that shows the marine highways, and it just shows the strategic importance of Sri Lanka. And of course, this has led to a lot of big international developments, and we were commissioned to design the Port City Pavilion, which is actually based on the Bagua, an 8-sided building. So this is actually an 8-sided building with 4 walls leaning out and 4 walls leaning in. That is now the Port City Visitor Centre. We also have a genuine love for working with Sri Lankan materials, iluk, kajan. And in fact, my story is I've been here for 12 years, really under the radar, so to speak, but really understanding tourism in Sri Lanka and a genuine love for working with carpenters and masons. This was actually commissioned by Jetwing, by Hiran Kure for Jetwing Surf in Potuville. And we pushing the boundaries of using these materials, so the kind of spiraling movements, etc. And as I touched on earlier, it's also about the community. And we're working, as I said, with local carpenters that I've known for many, many years. Also with artists, and as you walk into the lobby, we're going to have an art gallery there that's going to showcase the more contemporary Sri Lankan artists. Our food will be sourced locally as well from organic farms. We want to give back to the community. That's really important. Music is also a big part of South Beach. Music's a passion of mine, and for 3 or 4 years, I've had this music festival in Taipei, and again, it's showcasing Sri Lankan musicians, and again, so much talent here. I'm also on the board for the Lanka Environmental Fund, Lanka Environment Fund, which is a fantastic group of like-minded individuals empowering communities. So it will be also protecting elephant corridors, leopard corridors, but it's about educating the community to help make more lasting change. And so for every apartment we sell, we'll be donating $1,000 to this fund. And we've been very pleased with the demand so far. Today's the first official day we're launching here, but during this month we've sold close to 20 apartments already. So that it's really encouraging. I think when people see the space they're getting, the way it's been designed, the use of working with the community, and the location, absolute beachfront. And then from these starting prices of 26 million rupees, $129,000, people are seeing this as something they want to be a part of, and this lifestyle they want to be a part of, and that bar and the downstairs restaurant is very appealing. And it's also an asset that will only appreciate in value.
So that was John Balmond, who gave us a really good, comprehensive background to Southbeach Weligama, the numbers, the statistics, the facts, the figures. And I'd just like to, once again, just ask Shiromal Fernando, Managing Director of CSEC, to give a few words as to what his involvement in this project is.
Good evening, everyone. So we are very happy to be partnering John's project. It's a very, very important project for us. We, CSEC, is one of the largest consultancy firm in the country. Last 10 years, we built entire Colombo skyline, including Lotus Tower, and also with working with his father on the cinema life. And we were the structural engineers for Avic Astoria, Krish Towers, and also Pearl Prime Grand, and Trison recently we top up this thing. So many projects that we have involved. We are very confident that we can do this building very innovative designs by John and his team. So we will be very much involved in the project because I have been knowing John for the last 15 years. All his projects I have been involved, and I consider him as my younger brother, and I always will be with him, and also wish him luck that we will somehow complete this project on time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fernando. Udayanga Dialvis, who is the CEO of GPMC, which is a project management company, could we have a few words from you?
Thank you very much. And first of all, I would like to give my appreciation to Mr. John Balmond and his team of keeping trust on us as project managers to deliver this project. I think main thing is the key factor is the collaboration among the teams to make sure that we deliver this project on time, to the quality and to the budget that we have been given. So that is the main thing, and everybody knows that the market is very dynamic these days, and lot of price escalations and lot of risks. The main key point is we identified lot of risks in the early stages of the project, and our very strong cost management plan that we are now handling and simulations, which is very much connected to the market prices. I think we have, with very fair and reasonable contingencies that we have put in to our budgets, I think we will be able to complete it, even though there are constraints. I mean, importation restrictions, dollar issues. I mean, we have done very much. I think we are very confident that we can deliver it. And again, I would like to say that with Balmond Studio, we are doing a lot of work in Sri Lanka, and we are very proud that Mr. Cecil Balmond also being a Sri Lankan, and John is here with us and doing a lot of things to the country. I think this project will be a success. I think I wish all the best to the Southbeach Weligama properties. Yeah, thanks.
Kaushini Lakshmanage is the COO of NTB Investment Bank, and she will give you an idea of the most important part of it, the money.
Thank you so much. And we are very proud to be from NDB Investment Bank. We are very proud to be associated with this project. We've been involved from the beginning, from the feasibility to the financial closure of the project, and we can see it being a resounding success. Already with the kind of interest we are seeing pre-launch, I think it's going to be a resounding success, and I wish the management team all the very best.
So anyone who wants to ask any questions, the gentlemen and the ladies around, so please go ahead. Do enjoy refreshments, and we hope that when this is actually launched, you will all be there.
I'm here with Sean Balmond of Balmond Studios. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
Just want to actually get your thoughts on the unique features of Southbeach Weligama and what is there to be expected.
Yeah, it's contemporary beach-style living right on Weligama Bay. A mixture of these one-bedroom apartments, 2 bedrooms, but very modern designed, but using Sri Lankan artisans and a showcase for Sri Lankan talent, both from the artists we're going to feature in our art gallery and the entrance to all the furniture that's also made in the apartments. We've designed these apartments with very high ceilings and big sliding folding doors with large balconies because it's on the beach. So you really want to enjoy this feeling of space. But above everything else, it's about the downstairs, this restaurant, a really nice food and beverage offering. And we're working very hard to achieve the platinum status at the Green Build Council here of Sri Lanka. So we're using a lot of sustainability, for example, using rainwater harvesting. We're using solar to power the downstairs areas. And it's about really empowering the local community, buying all of our food locally there, our fresh fish from organic farms in the area. So yeah, it's this contemporary style of cool beach living, and from, we're trying to make it as good value as possible. Entry prices from 26 million rupees, and you're right there on Weligama, and with a brilliant place to chill out. And I think that was the starting point for me. It was about, how do we create something really cool here in Weligama? And that's intrinsically also Sri Lankan, designed by Sri Lankan, using the local artisans and showcasing this amazing talent that is here. And it's about bringing that together in Southbeach Weligama.
So just to elaborate on the sustainable practices, and also I think in conversation you mentioned an environment fund that you are part of. So if you can just elaborate a little bit so that everyone at home knows all the great things that you're doing for the community.
That's very kind of you. Yes, I'm a part of the Lanka Environment Fund. It's a group of special individuals here, which is about empowering the local communities here to bring about lasting change. So whether that's protecting, or how they protect their farms, or how they dispose of their waste, or how one can protect elephant corridors, leopard corridors. And I was appointed to the board because of my work in Galoya, for the Galoya Lodge that was created in 2014. Just a lovely hand-built Sri Lankan product from contractors in Monarangala. And so being appointed to the board was, a real honor. And for every apartment that's bought, we're donating $1,000 to the fund. I'd encourage the viewers at home to kind of go on the website, Lanka Environment Fund, and get started. Yeah, we'd love to, bring like-minded people together.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the great work that you're doing. And we're very excited for Southbeach Weligama. Hope you have a great time tonight. I have with me Mr. Shiramal Fernando, who is part, or rather MD of CSEC. How are you feeling tonight?
Very good.
Just want to actually, if you could highlight all the past projects that you've been part of before being brought on board to Southbeach Weligama.
We have been doing great projects like Lotus Tower, Krish Square project, and then Avic Astoria. Actually, the way to answer is, we have not done only ITC. All the other projects I did.
Okay. So if we go anywhere,
all the projects I have done.
So if you can just elaborate a little bit about the design processes that you're currently using to bring Southbeach to life.
Yeah, basically we work on international standards, and also we follow the local standards. So basically, when you look at a normal design, with respect to design, when architects come up with the design, as engineers we have to facilitate it. So you have a lot of column free space, flat slabs, a lot of innovative designs you have. So otherwise you will see beams everywhere and columns everywhere. So we have used latest technology to design, and it will be built by Sri Lankan contractors. And with respect to it's very close to the sea, and then we need to think about the durability aspects. So we have used a special cement called blended cement, where we use blending with fly ash, and it will enhance the durability to about 100 years. And also when we look aluminium, steel, aluminium, we get the best quality. With respect to glass, we specify the best quality. And with respect to the sealants, we use the international brands. And also if we are using any steel work, it will be coated with the best painting system.
Thank you so much for sharing your insight, and I hope you have a great time tonight. I have with me Udayanga Alves, who is the CEO of the project management company, which is GPMC. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good. I'm feeling very good. Thanks.
So I think at the press con there was a mention of the quality of the raw materials. Is it possible for you to just give a bit of insight about it?
Yeah, I mean, as per our contract specifications and the contract documents, all materials are complying to the British standard, which is already compliant to the local standards, which is published under CEDA. And I think we are using the best quality materials that we can found within the circumstances to the project, and we ensure all compliant to the standards. Yeah.
Can you also just briefly mention the estimated time of completion for everyone at home?
Yeah, as mentioned in the press conference, it is 3 years. We are trying our level best with our experience to complete well before that. So we have certain contingencies in the 36, so we are trying to get it done well before. Yeah.
I have with me Akila, who is the Assistant Manager at NDB Investment, and Kaushini, who is the COO of NDB Investments. How are you feeling tonight?
Great.
We're very happy to be a part of this project. So.
I think you briefly mentioned at the press con that there was a feasibility study that was conducted on this project. Is it possible for you to elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, basically feasibility study in the sense we were involved in developing the basic structure of the project. So how to finance it, so how much equity you have to put, how much debt you have to raise for this project, so how much you can raise from pre-sales for the construction, and is it feasible under the current Sri Lankan laws, so whether the land ownership is feasible, so how can a foreigner get involved in investing, or maybe at the end of the day buying an apartment from this project. So, and how you should like price these things, so at which point basically you will be profitable. So the bottom line is whether you can earn an adequate gain from investing in such a project in Sri Lanka. So that was the basic idea about the feasibility study.
Kaushini, if you could just briefly explain the investment split that was involved in Southbeach Weligama for everyone at home.
Sure. So here we are looking at 25% being brought in as equity by the sponsors, which most of it is already invested in the project because they bought the property, land and all that. It's a freehold property. And then we are looking at about 50% coming through pre-sales, and which is seems to be very promising at the moment. Already without even having a proper launch, just based on social media information and the digital media advertising they've done, they have already sold about 20 apartments. So it's a 106 apartment project that they're looking at. And then the balance is what we are looking at financing, the 25%. And already we have got interest, and it's almost about to be closed. We are heading towards the financial closure.
Thank you so much for your time and also for your valuable insight. I hope you have a really great time tonight. And we have come to the close of yet another event by Hi TV. And if you need to find out any more information about Southbeach Weligama, please go on to www.southbeachweligama.com. Nisri Gursingha signing off.